By the time that you're able to clearly define that, hey, I want this desire, that means that you're already in the receiving mode. So that desire is well along its way to becoming the full physical manifestation. Everything that you want is already 99% completed vibrationally before you see any evidence of it. And that's a really good thing. You see, there is a vibrational version of your desire. You are the perceiver of your manifestations. You're not here to, manifest it, and you're not here to have it appear in the next moment. That's not what manifestation is all about. Manifesting is understanding that you're really vibrational, and that what you want is a vibrational frequency right now that you are going to get better and better at perceiving. And many of our human friends, maybe they're used to being physical mostly. So when they hear vibrational, they say, well, just give it to me. Just give me the manifestation, and then I will have the conditional emotional response to it. And we're like, of course, that makes a lot of sense, because when you're only physical, then that's the way that you do things. You just lazily gaze around, and you pigeonhole everything, you label everything. You just talk about what's physically in front of your eyes, but you're not just a regurgitator, because that's what that is. That's being a mediocre regurgitator. You're not being a creator. You're being a regurgitator. You can't just look around and say, okay, this is that, this is this, and this is this group, and that is that group. You have to be the creator, because that's what you are. You really are the creator. There's a vibrational version of everything that you want, and you just have to tune to it. And the thing is, when you tune to it, your desire now becomes current reality. If your desires are already vibrationally, done and complete and ready for you, to realize it, to manifest it, to perceive it, then that means that your desire, according to your inner being, to your your army of source energy that's at your beck and call, and really cares about you, knows all of your desires, then to them, to your inner being, all of your desires are already current reality. That's the thing, is that to your non-physical team, your desires are current reality. And you're looking over here and saying, well, if they were current reality, then I would see them with my eyes. And we're saying, well, there's a vibrational world too. There's a vibrational world that we want you to step in. But think about this vortex, this spinning vortex, and it's spinning because you're constantly adding new things to it. It's spinning because law of attraction is responding to it right now, and it's spinning right now because there's cooperative components spinning around in it. And so this vortex, you can only perceive it with your emotions. It's not a physical reality that you're used to. It's not a place. It's a state of being. It's a feeling. It's, best translated as the feelings of satisfaction, joy, happiness, ease. And if you can understand that your job is to create the emotion, your job is to perceive your desires. Isn't that interesting? Your desires already exist, so just perceive it. And you say, well, give it to me first, because I'm only used to seeing a physical reality. And we're saying the thing is, it's vibrational right now. So you have to learn to be the vibrational version. You have to learn how to be the vibrational being, the blended being that you truly are. And what does that really mean? We mean to say, instead of looking for your desire physically right here, right now, because that's what you're used to, you say, well, if I can't see it in my eye, if I can't see it with my five senses, if I can't translate it with my five senses, then it's absent. And we're saying, well, it's not absent. It's just in a different form. But the thing is, you have to begin to perceive. You have to be okay with the vibrational version. And being satisfied with the vibrational version means that you're okay. You're not looking for it anymore. You're not looking for it in the place. That's the thing, is you're not looking for it in the place that it's not in right now. It's not physical right now. It's only vibrational. You have to step out of the physical world and be more vibrational. You have to step into the vibrational world where it's all about emotions, frequency, thinking, thoughts. So if your desires do exist, then you can find the vibrational frequency of it. And the best way to find the vibrational frequency of your desire is to talk about how it feels like, to get to the vibrational essence, to find the feeling of it. And as you begin to translate it, then you can literally feel it. You start to feel the positive emotion of it. You start to experience it. You begin to translate it. And the thing is, the emotion isn't enough for human friends, but yet it has to be enough, because if you can't allow it to be an emotional reality, then it can't morph into, it can't morph into a physical reality, because because you're not allowing the momentum. And isn't that interesting? You're not allowing the momentum because you're killing it with your doubt. You're killing it with the fact that I don't see it, because you understand this. You understand, hey, if I want something, it does exist. Well, we have to ask you that. Do you believe that what you want vibrationally exists right now? Does it exist, or is it absent? Or is it here right now, but you just can't see it because it's vibrational here? Because if you can take that jump with us, that it's at least vibrational here, because you're understanding and you're accepting and you're believing on logic and faith that this vortex does exist, that this vortex version does really exist, then you can begin to perceive it. Because if it already exists, then you can see it. You can see it with your emotions. We want you to begin to see it with your emotions. And the way that you do that is by first acknowledging that there is a vibrational version of it, and you try to feel for it. What does a vibrational version feel like? The thing about tuning to your desire is that when you feel good about it, when the tuning feels good, you're there. But if it doesn't feel good, if it feels like negative emotion, meaning you're talking about where it's coming from, and you're like, oh, like I don't know where it's gonna come from. I'm never gonna know. It's never gonna work out, and so you're having a tailspin. Don't worry, because you're not really working with the energy that creates worlds and those negative emotions. But you can really get a good tailspin, and you can really sort of hurt yourself mentally. And so a better way of thinking of all this is just find the emotion, because you're not the one who's going to make anything happen, because it already has happened. The real manifestation has already happened, because remember, to your inner being, your manifestations already exist. They are current reality. And you know what gets in the way of your manifestations? You know what gets in the way of your ability to tune and perceive the vibration of your desire? Reality. The reality that you now look at. The reality that you're already looking at right now slows you down, because this reality is real. It's tactile, you can see it. And since you can see it, you're going to focus on it. And as you focus on it, you begin to practice the vibration of it. And usually you're not looking at what you want. You're looking at the absence of what you want, but it's here, it's real, it's here. So you're focusing on it and you practice the vibration of it. And as you practice the vibration of it, then you get more of that. And so you just keep getting the same thing over and over again. So you can't spend all of your time talking about what is. You have to be more in the vibrational world. You have to reach for a feeling. You have to be okay with emotional aversion, because if it's absent right now and you're disappointed that it's physically absent right now, then you can't have it. You have to understand that it is absent right now. It is there, but you can reach for the relief, because there is a vibrational version. You can go general, you can step back and get a little vague and step away from the specific details and find, soothe yourself so that the details aren't as, full view. They're more, zoomed out. That's a good way of putting it. So you want to find the emotion. How do you find the emotion? Well, think about it. Think about your desire and understand, well, there's a vibrational version, and try tuning, try feeling it. Isn't that interesting? Try feeling it with your emotions. Don't try to look for it. Don't try to picture how it looks like in your mind. Feel for it. And as you feel for it, you're literally putting your knob exactly like a radio tuner. You're putting your knob on the tuner, and as you're tuning with your emotions, you're finding the emotion that really resonates. And we want that resonance, that vibrational resonance with your desire to be what you're looking for. And so you feel good about your desire, and then what? What do you do after you feel good about your desire? You keep feeling good. That's the thing, is that it's almost like, when am I gonna get the physical stuff? What do I do to get the physical stuff? And we're saying, well, the vibrational work really is so fun, because you're feeling good. There always is going to be the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And just as you close it, it expands again, because life continues to call things from you. You're getting experience life. And so what we're not saying is find your alignment and stay in your alignment and don't ever get out. What we're saying is find your alignment and be flexible. Be willing to be flexible, because you know how to do all this. Sometimes you're walking around in life and you're experiencing some contrast. You're feeling some negative emotions, because here's a desire. Life shows you that this is my big dream, and all these, little sort of beliefs that are in my way. So you're tuning yourself. You're practicing the perceiving of this desire. That's the thing, is that perceiving the desire is really so simple. It's literally like a radio channel. It's not much different than that. It's actually the exact same concept, but it's a little hard because you're so used to a physical reality. So you're so used to saying, like, I need to see it right now, and if I can't see it right now, then I'm depressed. And we're saying, well, you have to go over that, because you're mostly vibrational, and your inner being is already seeing your desire as present, current reality, and the physical reality that you're now looking at right now is the past. Yes, the moment that you're beholding right now, this manifestation is already the past. So as you look at it, it's already the past. It has no, and what's really important to understand, that since this, reality right now that you're perceiving with your eye is the past, your inner being is not here. Your inner being already took off without you. So you have to go catch up. But the thing is, you're not going to find the manifestation right here, right now, because you're vibrational. So it's always the emotion first and then the manifestation. But you want to flip it. You want to find the manifestation first, and then you're going to have the emotional response to the manifestation. But we're saying it's the opposite, because you're the creator. You see, if there was the law of assertion, which is someone greater than you was throwing stuff into your experience, then you could just look at it and you could just have whatever response, and that was it, and you would call that your life. And that's how many people are living, and that is a mediocre creating at best. You can't really get that much time, because if you're not willing to accept that you're vibrational, then you know what you're really left with? Your action. You have to depend on your action, and you can get a lot done with your action. Like, you can move this chair from over here to over there, but you really can't get the big stuff. You can't get the things that are really interesting because those things require a divine sort of source energy, that inspiration. So what we're saying is, play with the emotion, enjoy the emotion, and then you will get inspired. You will get inspired to action. And then here's the thing. If you're in the vortex and you start to get impulses, follow them. And the thing is, the impulses can be really random. They can be like, listen to this song, go drink your tea at this time, watch this video, do this, do that, and you want to follow it. You want to stop talking yourself out of your desires, because you're killing them with, the facts and your rationality. You see, you're more vibrational. So you have to learn how to see a desire with your emotion. And what that means is you're going to tune to it. You're going to practice the frequency of it, because you're not the one who's going to make anything happen. Law of attraction is the one that adds momentum. Law of attraction and momentum are literally the exact same thing. So momentum says whatever you focus on, you get more of. So what we're saying is find the emotion of your desire, find the emotion, look for an emotion. Don't look for it physically, look for it emotionally, because when you look for it emotionally, when you look for it in the vortex, you're always going to find it. When you look for your money right now, you're not going to find it. But when you look for your money, in the vortex, then guess what happens? You find it and you feel the satisfaction of it. You feel the presence of it. You feel the clarity of it. You feel the joy. Can you think of the emotional words that you would attribute to any of your desire? What does financial abundance feel like? What does having a successful singing career feel like? What do all of these things feel like? Not what do they look like, what do they feel like? Because as you talk about what they feel like, then you're able to have a conversation that's wobble free, that doesn't have any resistance. And as you have a conversation about whatever subject it is that you're wanting, of your desire, without any resistance, then momentum can ensue. You're allowing the momentum to ensue. You're perceiving your desire, you're translating it. And as you translate it, then you start to translate more ideas. It starts to get bigger and bigger. You're the one who finds the emotion. We want you to find a vibration, an emotion, and allow law of attraction to make it bigger. That's your job as a creator. Find the vibration and allow law of attraction to make it bigger. Not someone give me a physical reality, someone change everything. So when I come in here, I could just have a feathered nest and just chill out and just stare at reality all day. You are a creator. And the thing is, you're not always going to be in satisfaction. Your goal as a creator isn't to be always in the vortex. You're gonna have contrast. That's actually what you came here for. But you didn't come here to beat yourself up for it. You didn't come here to look around at reality and justify it and fight for your limitations. You came to want something, define it, have life define it for you, and once it was defined, you plan to go with it. Because going with the rocket feels good. Not going with the rocket doesn't feel good. Not going with your desires feel horrible. They torture you. And we're saying they don't need to torture you. Your desires are current reality, but you have to perceive it. You have to understand that, okay, they're current reality. In order for me to make my desire current, I have to tune to it. And as I tune to the vibrational version of them, I feel good. And you know what that means? That means that you're going to be one of those rare ones who are always happy, because the gap isn't that big of a deal, because you can catch up with your desires, because you're looking for the vibration. You're not looking for it right now and be feeling depressed. You're not feeling negative emotion because you're looking in the wrong place for your desire. That's what negative emotion means. Negative emotion means that you're looking in the wrong place for your desire. You're looking you're looking in the reality right now for your money when it's in the vortex still. You gotta look for it in the vortex, and as you look for it in the vortex, then momentum will ensue. You will get ideas, and then your manifestations, they have to start pouring out. Because the thing is, you have to find a vibration that just matches your vortex, whether it's on this subject of what your desire or not. Because if this subject calls worry from you, then that's a subject that you're best to just sort of leave alone and practice subjects that are similar to it. Any subject that makes you feel good, because your job is to find a vibration, and if that vibration matches the vortex, meaning this subject feels good, then what you want is going to start pouring into your mind. You're going to start to get impulses, and when the impulses come, follow them.